WEXFO is a place where I can learn about the needs of others and I myself can be heard. It's important in the international community because it's a safe space to others to freely share their minds, share the real situation in their country, and also it's a great place to network, to meet people and build connections which can last for a lifetime.
WEXFO here bring people together to share their stories and their suffering and their struggles and to receive support, hugs, message of solidarity or sense of solidarity from others, but also share about their achievements, share about their work with their communities. And I have heard in the last few days here amazing stories from Venezuela, from Malawi, from Congo, from Syria, about how people using arts and culture to support their community, to advocate for human rights, how they are using media to amplify the underprivileged voices. And that's what is like foil that keeps us going. And I think it's very, very important for us to see these hoops, to see this light in the tunnel that we can all build on to achieve our bigger purpose and goals, which is all people enjoying freedom of expression and justice.
Since I come from a dictatorship and I live in exile, and a lot of my colleagues are in prison, and some of my friends and a lot of other people I care about are in prison, this all is very quite difficult. But also, I don't really know what freedom really is, and I don't know how it works, how to reach it really, because I have barely experienced it ever. Places like this and events like this is where I can learn, also thanks to other people. Observing Norway's example is very helpful, actually. And then talking to other people, learning from their practices is how I can learn what freedom is and how we can create it.
I'm a believer that if you get an artist, an activist, and a lawyer in a room together, they can usually work out a way to make some change that's needed. And that feels like what we're doing here. It's at that intersection that I think change happens. And that's what feels, emotional and important, but also exciting in a way. Personally, it's been very moving, but also just joining together with people from so many different contexts. I think we're in an era when global solidarity is so important. Being together in person to do that feels empowering.
I came from Myanmar, where for the last 3 years has been really extremely difficult since after the crisis that happened in our country. It has been really up close and personal in a way such that it gave a sense of belonging, a sense of being seen, a sense of being heard. For all the fight that we have been doing and from whichever ecosystem that we are in, the whole thing can be very lonely journey sometimes. Sometimes you feel like people getting me or like, am I being understood? But coming here, seeing so many friends from different part of the world coming together with their different journey, but shared pain and shared goals and like shared capabilities or like competencies to create change in whatever domain we are in. I feel that is very touching.
Today, in one of the workshops, there was a quote that one of the participants shared. They said that the greatest danger to humanity is losing the privilege to speak up. The loss of organizations in moments such as these means that we essentially lose the most important part of humanity, our self-identity and our ability to express ourselves. For each of us as young leaders who are convening movements, fighting against oppression, these moments are also the time and spaces that allow us to heal, to re-energize, to recuperate from the challenging battles that we face. It gives us hope, it gives us courage, it gives us the power to go back and do the things we need to do every single day.
WEXFO brings together people who are not like-minded, which is essential. If we only were to meet the people we already know and the people we already agree with, how would we be able to develop? I love that there is a forum in which I can sit down and listen, really listen to actual real-life people with real experiences and real expertise as well.
Freedom in so many different ways is being manipulated. Without events like this, we wouldn't even realize. So if I didn't come here, I wouldn't have been able to experience what I'm experiencing right now. And I need this. I need to be able to take this back to Canada and tell everybody what's happening and let everybody know through the stories I've heard today and share their stories with my people in Canada so we could do better and we could help. Our freedom is at stake. Our lives are at stake.
For the global community, this work is quite crucial because sometimes we only think about the problems in our own communities. Sometimes we only gaze at our navels. And the truth is that so many people have so many situations that are similar that forming a network, articulating ourselves is essential to make not just our individual countries, but the whole world a better and ideal place. It is time to dream with our eyes widely open to make sure that we never forget the importance of freedom and compassion.